It was May of 2015 in a main Blade Runners event, Lake Pocamoonshine. That's the only Bass tournament victory I have. The companies I represent, they know that. Anybody who knows me, they know that. It's a fact. Hey, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that one win. But I'm not going to go telling the companies that I represent that I have won championships. No, I have won a tournament. I'm not going to overinflate my own accomplishments just to make myself sound better, to try and get another deal with for pro staffing or field staffing with another company. Because the minute they find out the truth, the minute that they find out that I'm full of crap, they're not going to want anything to do with me. And then they're going to turn around and have a serious look at the region and say, well, we had one guy from that area, first guy we ever pro staffed or field staffed from that area, and he fed us a line of bull. Do we really want to take a risk on another one? Because if I represent, for example, Fish Bum Outfitters, if the owner of Fish Bum catches wind that I'm going around down here in New Brunswick saying, oh yeah, I'm a pro for Fish Bum, and I've won all these tournaments, and I've done this, and I've done that, and I'm telling a whole bunch of lies, well, that reflects negatively on that company. Why would they want anything to do with me? You know, I'm out, and that's one of the things, even with this broadcast, I'm out to put my best foot forward to represent the companies that I'm representing. Excuse me. There are times where I have to bite my tongue doing this broadcast, even though it's an internet broadcast. And I could get away with using a foul word every now and then. Number one, I want kids to be able to listen. And number two, the companies I represent, that doesn't reflect well on them. You know, if I'm cursing and swearing throughout my broadcast, that doesn't reflect well on anybody. It makes me look like a fool, and it makes the companies I represent, which I make sure of make a point of mentioning every week at the start of the episode, it makes them look bad for associating themselves with someone like I would appear. So why would I do it? It's not worth it. A discount, a little bit of free product, whatever the case may be, is not worth ruining my own reputation. In the few short years I've been involved in the fishing industry here in New Brunswick, since we founded Fishing for Memories in 2012, and my profile, I guess you could say, within the New Brunswick fishing community has grown as more people have got to know me, as I have put myself out there more. I feel I have been able to maintain a fairly solid reputation amongst other anglers and amongst other people in the industry. Your tackles, your tackle shop owners, some of your representatives from various companies, people of that nature, people who can have an influence on how things play out on a day-by-day basis, on a week-by-week basis in the fishing industry. I don't want to make myself look stupid, because when I make myself look stupid, I make the sport look bad, and that doesn't accomplish anything for any of us. It's the same as, this is something I should have gone to on the water. Little things. There's always this, even in a small tour, there's always a certain amount of public around at a weigh-in. It happens every now and then. We lose a fish dies. Don't just toss it in the water in front of a bunch of kids. It makes us all look bad. Release your live fish very discreetly. Dispose of your dead fish. It's not hard to do. It just takes a little thought. If we're honest with each other, the governing bodies of our series and our tournaments, the companies that we represent or we hope to represent, if we conduct ourselves in an ethical fashion at any time when we are doing something associated with the sport that we love, and even when we're not doing stuff associated with the sport that we love. If I'm just posting on Facebook and it's F this and F that and pictures of people holding drugs or, whatever the case may be, companies aren't going to want to affiliate with that. It's this, I don't know how to express this strongly enough. We are, as I said before, we are a fairly small community in the grand scheme of things. The number of people who competitively fish, or even fish on a relatively serious level, not even if they don't fish competitively, we still have activist groups like PETA and different animal rights organizations that think we should be prohibited from doing what we do. If we look like a bunch of beer-swilling redneck idiots, that gives those organizations ammunition. So conduct yourself with a little bit of class, a little bit of dignity. Be a pillar of what bass anglers and competitive anglers should be. Be a good example for kids, whether they're your kids or not. Be a good example for the kids. Like I said, conduct yourselves in an ethical fashion, a safe fashion, and our sport will grow. If we continue to have people act like idiots on the water with no moral or ethical guidance when it comes to their conduct on and off the water, whether it be driving too fast through a densely boat-populated area, or, God forbid, driving down the lake at 70 miles an hour and somebody sees you going with a beer in your hand. This is all stuff that happens. And then it gets back to the offshore or onshore ethics when you're dealing with the fishing industry as a whole. This all catches up to you. And sooner or later, people are going to stop, number one, wanting to deal with you, the individual, and number two, they're eventually not going to want to have anything to do either A, with the fishing industry, or B, if they're a company in the fishing industry, they may shy away from your region completely. And that doesn't do any of us any favors. If you truly love this sport, then take some time, think about your own actions, your own behavior, and make sure that what you're doing doesn't just stand to benefit you. Don't look at it as just a way to look after yourself. We need to look after the sport. And unfortunately, from talking to people all across the country, I know this is something that happens in numerous locations. Every area has at least one person who is so out for number one that they don't care about the repercussions of their actions and how it affects and spins off on anybody else. Don't be that one person. We're all here to have fun and hopefully promote and see our sport grow. We got to take care of our sport. We got to take care of one another to a certain extent, because nobody else is going to do it for us. So, I've probably started boring everybody to death. I hope my point came across this week, folks. It's just something that's been eating at me. The safety issue came up after I saw the accident down in Texas. And then the ethics issue, well, it came to the forefront in some private discussions I had this week. And I had to bring it up. If you haven't noticed, this sport is something I really, really, truly, to the core of my soul, care about. I don't want to see anything tarnish it. I don't want to see anyone tarnish it. But the only people that can protect it and promote it are the people who do it, which is us. Nobody else is going to do it for us. This isn't baseball where the government's going to step in and say, oh no, you have to do things this way. No. The only thing the government wants from us is our money each year for our licensing, and our tax money off our boat gas. Other than that, and I will say in New Brunswick here, I wish I could say that our fisheries had more hands-on management by the government with stocking programs and whatnot. But as far as bass fishing goes, it's up to us to protect our resource. It's up to us to protect our sport. So, before I completely run out of time, folks, I want to thank you again for tuning in. Please, please, please share this with your friends. I want this to grow. I want to see more people get involved in our sport. If I can help by teaching someone, informing someone, anything at all, then please share this with your friends. Visit our Facebook page, NB Bassin, BASNB, BASSIN'. Look us up on Facebook. Drop a comment here on Spreaker. Drop a comment on Facebook. Let me know what you think. Criticism, hey folks, I'm all for it. I know I'm not perfect, and I know this is only episode number 5, so I'm still fairly new at this. I will take comments and criticism. I don't get offended. So if you have something to say, please let me know. Compliments are welcome too. I don't mind those either. Excuse me. But like I said, folks, look us up on Facebook. Look us up here, or drop a comment here on Spreaker. Let us know what you think. Share the show with your friends. Let them have a listen. Let them give their opinion. Every opinion is valuable, and from my point of view, I just want to be able to help you folks out. So, anyway, folks, that's it for another week. Thank you for listening. I hope that I've helped someone a little bit. I hope that maybe I've put some thinking points, some talking points in your head, and give you something to chew on a little bit as our season approaches. So, before I continue to spit and sputter, I think I'm going to let you folks go. Have a good week. Hopefully you'll tune in again next week for another episode of NB Bassin. On the water or in life, set the hook and keep the lines tight. Thank you, folks.